Hello everyone, this hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series. We're on Unit 13, Facts and Figures, and we're going to be beginning our business skills section today. In the business skills section, you focus on how advertising has evolved on the internet. And in doing so, you'll be talking about facts and figures again to talk about advertising, statistics, that kind of thing. And we'll use the language we've learned about numbers to have a little advertising speaking activity as well. More about that in just a minute. First, a little bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so we can keep the classroom nice and quiet. Tune in to the new words that we're learning when you are speaking so I can correct you and give you feedback. Finally, open up. Open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And here is there you go. That's our notes. By the way, I don't have the link in the class material, so I'll post it right now in the chat window. There you go. Rebecca, where is everybody?
Yes, I'm wondering that.
I'm really getting concerned because we normally have the class full and we've got a lot of people watching. And the last couple of days, there's been nobody.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. Yesterday was okay. Yesterday was a full class, but I'm a little bit worried something's technically wrong and people can't get in or something. I don't know what's going on. But you got in okay, so...
Yes, without any problem.
Yeah. And Daniel will be here in a minute, I'm sure, because he was in the last class. But, okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on. So, anyway, let's go down here to today's class. I'm going to scroll down to page 6. And I've got 2 things I'm going to open. The homework, just in case there's any questions about it. Or we can even take a look at it together. And a quick summary of yesterday's class. So yesterday, we did a lot of vocabulary because we have some difficult vocabulary in this unit. Oh, we do have someone watching. Hello, Emma. How are you? You can come on in if you want. Don't be a free student. Be a paying student. Come on in. So a quick summary from yesterday. Yesterday we focused on the language of approximate figures, fractions, dates, percentages, and we added a new skill, which was to talk about approximate numbers, slightly above, slightly below, gradually, rapidly, a crash, a spike. All of those great words you can use to talk about how financial trends occur. So what? What was the point? Well, you should have a better range of both verbs and adjectives to use in talking about financial trends. Plummet, shoot up, gradually, rapidly. Now what? And the now what to do was to try a short homework to practice the vocabulary, and it's posted above in homework number 1. I can take a quick look with you. As always, you can check your answers on the last page and then bring your questions to class. So did you have a chance to do this? Were there any questions about the exercises from yesterday?
I couldn't. I'd be very busy.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
What about you, Daniel? Did you have a chance to work on this?
I didn't have the chance.
All right. I'll give you the chance today. So you've got, what I was going to say here. Do the quiz by choosing the correct option in italics. Check your answers at the bottom. I don't think I gave you the answers to the first part. I have to add it, actually. So you're going to do a quiz, but it says write your answers in words. So your real task here is to convert the numbers to words. Be able to say them and write them. That's really all it is. I'll give you the answers. Oh, the answers are there. Sorry, they're on the second page. But I'll move them to the first page if I remember. On the second page, you've got all of those approximate language words. All those adverbs for approximately, gradually, somewhere, a bit, that kind of thing. So I want you to practice that because we're going to go back to doing a little mini presentation like the one you see on screen. Okay, and the answers are there on the last page with a yellow arrow. Okay, so try it on your own, and then we can bring your questions to class. By the way, just a quick question, guys. Are you taking other verbling classes during the day, before or after this one?
Yes.
Are the other classes, are the numbers lower than normal in the other classes?
Yes.
Okay, so something's going on. I gotta ask verbally. Okay.
I usually take at 3 p.m. classes,
Mm-hmm.
and usually is maybe 6, 7, 8 person.
Right.
And lately we are 3 or 4
Yeah.
or less. Yesterday it was 2
Yeah.
person.
Yesterday our class was good. It just took a while for people to join, but yeah, I've definitely noticed the numbers dropped, and I don't know why. Maybe everyone went back to work. Vacation's over. I don't know. Anyway, let's go forward. So we've got some good skills, so the two of you will learn, and everyone else can be jealous because you're going to know so much. So here's our plan. We're going to be working on business skills. We've done a bit of talking about numbers and trends, but now we're going to be asking for and explaining factual and numerical information. So the goal is being able to not just talk about it, but really explain something in depth. A very good skill. You will be very happy when you finish this unit because you'll see a noticeable difference. This is an excellent unit, very advanced language. So, asking for and explaining factual and numerical you know what I'm trying to say. Do you look at the ads and pop-ups that you see on websites, or do you ignore them? How influential are they? Are you like me? Do you block all the ads?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have an app called ABP,
Right.
Upload Plus.
I
Because
think I'm using that. I'm using that right now. Ad block. Yeah, I'm using that too. But aren't you? If you're using the websites and you don't see the ads, then how are they going to make money? How are they going to keep running their website if you can't? If they have to pay for it by selling advertisements, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, isn't that a problem? Uh-oh, move your mobile. So isn't that a problem? If you don't look at the ads,
Mm-hmm.
you're not really paying for the website, and then eventually they're going to have some problems, right?
Yeah.
So do you think it's an ethical issue? Is it a moral, ethical issue?
It's an economical issue because I think free websites
Mm-hmm.
are supported by ads, but I think anyone it's annoying all the time. I don't pay attention on ads.
Yeah, I'm the same. I agree. I'm exactly the same.
Maybe it
But
could be interesting, but I close the window straight away.
yep, I agree with you. I'm the same way. That's why I stopped watching television. When I was a kid, pretty young, I just made the decision that it wasn't getting me anywhere, and I stopped watching television. I only started again when I could download programs and I didn't
Yeah.
have to see ads. Then I was okay with it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't stand, and really, for like 15, 20 years, I had no idea what was going on, didn't care, didn't want to know.
My
Now,
old,
go ahead.
my older child love uh, advertisement.
He loves ads.
Yes, from the
The,
television.
the younger one is Eric, and the older
No,
one,
the elder one, Angel.
Angel.
Yeah.
Angel. Angel. Right?
Ángel.
Angel.
Ángel.
Angel. Angel.
Ángel. Sí. Angelito.
Angelito.
Yes.
Got that, Rebecca? Angelito and Eric.
Yeah, Angelito is the small one.
The little one.
Yeah.
So, Rebecca, what do you think? How influential are ads in general on websites? How influential are they?
I don't know. Most people, in my case, I try to avoid always them. You know, really are very annoying for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't read them.
So, do you think most people are like you, me, and Daniel and try to avoid them?
I don't know. Everyone is different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if they have in front of them about something is interesting for them in that moment, they pay attention. But
Well,
most of them, I think they ignore them.
Well, what comes to my mind in this about influential, but how influential they are, is that Google, I guess, tried to pioneer advertising by targeting ads. Do you know what I mean by a targeted ad? Targeted.
Yes, of course. I study advertisement.
Ah, so you're the expert. You should be teaching the class.
No, I don't know.
So
No.
so you know how influential they are. You know this. You studied it. Excellent.
Of course.
So tell
Advertisement
us.
can manipulate people, of course. That is the point, you know.
Hey, I never said anything about manipulating. I just
Oh
said
yes, you are very manipulated by advertisement, even if you don't know it, you know.
Your purchase.
how so, Rebecca? I want to know
Sorry?
how so.
How so? Because you sometimes are thinking you need something because the advertisement has an influence of you, you know, and that was the good work for the advertisement. And even you don't even need it, but you think, oh, I need that, you know, because
And how do they do it? How do they influence us? That's what I want to know.
of
What's the
course.
secret? What's the secret?
Every ad it has a target, just you said.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, it's necessary to study about the target, you know, and the things they want to hear. They need to hear, you know, about it, and then you it's like a hunter, you know. I catch it.
So let me see if I understand what you're saying. So what you're saying is they study the target audience,
Of course.
find out what they want to hear, and then they tell them what they want to hear, whether it's true or not.
Yeah, and that makes them, you know, to feel, oh, I need that product. I can't believe without that. What does, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
And everyone is influenced by ads. Everyone. It's impossible because nowadays ads are all over, you know, around us.
In America, you can advertise in the content of a I don't know about movies, but in television, you can place products And
I
actually,
know.
in movies, I guess you can because if
That,
you
that,
look
that
for
has a name, it's product place.
product placement, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Product
something.
placement.
Yeah, product placement. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that sense, I think you're right because you can't really escape it. It's written into the content of TV shows and
Yes.
films too. But TV shows, in films, I don't know. I know that there's some laws in Europe, and at least there used to be. But I don't know to what degree they ban it or not. Because it used to be that you couldn't do it in certain media. But I don't know. I don't really know. Um, so it must work. It must be very influential. Even online ads, it must be because if not, it seems to me that Google makes its revenue out of advertisements more than anything else. Seems to me. I know that they have investments, but those targeted ads that run everywhere, all you have to do is click, and those clicks somehow add up to money spent. So it must work. So I guess the answer is, how influential are they? I guess very influential. I guess is the result. Well,
I agree with you. Yes, totally.
what we're going to do is first we're going to read a little context here to get a background, and then we're going to listen to someone report back on the seminar. Wait, I think we're missing an information here. Well, let's get the context first. So Rebecca, you're our context reader in the past.
Okay.
Could you be our context reader today?
Okay. Caroline Rodgers worked for SAROut.com, a motor insurance company specializing in affordable insurance for young drivers. The
For
company,
for what?
young drivers,
Yeah, young, not young, but young.
young drivers.
Right.
Yeah, the company is considering new ways of reaching its target audience, and Caroline recently attended a seminar on online advertising.
Mm-hmm. The target audition? Say that again?
Audience, sorry, audience.
Audience, right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you have to do? You're going to listen to Carolyn report back about the seminar. What do you have to do? Look at those numbers on top. What are you going to listen for now? Just to be clear, what are you going to listen for? Kids, are you there?
Yes, but I don't, I don't understand.
You tell me what you're going to listen for. What are those numbers written at the top? What's the purpose of those numbers? What do I want to know from you after you listen to Carolyn's report? It's not a trick
I
question.
don't know, 13%, the audience.
Sorry, say again?
Something percent. For instance, the target, the reaching its target audience.
Well, hang on a second. I'm just asking, what's our task? You're going to listen to me. I'm going to read Carolyn's report.
Okay.
And what do you need to figure out based on what you hear?
Okay, because I'm lost, sorry.
What do you need to figure out? Daniel? Based on what you're going to hear.
The figures.
Right.
We need to know what they mean.
Yeah, what they mean. What those figures mean. That's all. Just that.
Okay.
Just wanted to make it clear. Okay.
Okay, I got it. So it's, for example, 1830 is the age, of a young driver.
Could
So
be,
the target.
for example. Exactly. We're going to find out what all these mean. So, for example, 18-230.
Okay.
18-230. The dash is a 2. 18-230. That could be the target customer. The age of the target customer.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so let's find out.
Okay.
You're going to hear a little, it's basically a meeting between Carolyn, Renata, Yari, and that's it. You're going to hear all three of them talk. So here's the meeting. Here we go. Renata, could you fill us in on the most relevant information from the seminar? Carolyn, sure. It was extremely informative, and basically it gave us an overview of figures regarding advertising via blogs and podcasts. Yari, interesting. What did you find out? Carolyn, well, in general, traditional forms of advertising to our 18 to 30s market are becoming less effective. They're saying that the way ahead is to advertise where our target audience are hanging out, which is on blogs and podcasts. Renata, okay, so what are the facts and figures exactly? Carolyn, apparently, a recent study shows a huge increase in advertising investment via this media just in the last year. In fact, spending went up to $20.4 million. Yari, what's that in terms of growth? Carolyn, well, it's 198.4% in 1 year, which is pretty incredible. Renata, well, that sounds very promising. Carolyn, yes, one of our presenters, Simon Darby, said companies were investing fast and that we should take this opportunity before our competitors do. Yari, okay, how do these figures compare within the different user-generated media? Renata, user-generated media meaning? Yari, oh, I mean things like blogs, podcasts, RSS feeds. Renata, okay, thanks. Carolyn, yes, Simon claimed that last year blog advertising accounted for 81.4% of collective spending on user-generated media. But roughly speaking, by 2010, it was only about 39.7%. Renata, so how should we interpret this drop? Carolyn, well, supposedly podcast advertising will be the front runner over the next 4 years, overtaking spending on blog ads. Yari, can we look at the figures? Carolyn, yes, I have them here on the graph. According to a recent survey, total projected expenditure on blog advertising will reach $300.4 million in 4 years, whereas expenditure on podcast advertising will have grown at an annual compound rate of 154.4% to $327 million. Renata, okay, so the bottom line is that user-generated media will be our new advertising platform, whether we like it or not. Carolyn, that's right. Simon assured us that this platform of advertising more or less guarantees we reach our target audience. Yari, can you give us the lowdown on the types of companies advertising through this media? Carolyn, sure. The overriding trend is for technology, car, and media brands to use this form of advertising. I've got some examples of these companies here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, you get the idea. So, let's see. From listening to it one time, it was kind of long. Let's see how much you were able to pick up. And then, if necessary, we'll read through it together, okay? So, 18 to 30.
The age, mm, mm, the company's advertisement, it's focused on this age of his future clients.
Okay, that's the right idea, but say that again in one concise sentence. Okay? Because I'm getting confused. Say it again. It refers to what?
It refers to what's the word?
The age of
Age of the company's clients,
what? Real clients or potential clients?
potential clients.
Potential clients that
Potential.
they want or potential clients that they have? I mean, you do see what I'm saying? What's the key word here? The key word is you shoot your arrow at the... When you're in archery, you shoot the arrow at the
Target.
target! Say it again, Daniel.
Okay.
It refers to...
It refers to companies' target clients.
Yeah,
Age.
or in this case, maybe the target market. Yeah, you could say that.
Mhm.
Okay, so it refers to the age of the target market. Okay, so that's it. What do you think, Rebecca? 198.4%. I want to hear you say that. 198.4% refers to. Say that for me.
No, I didn't. No.
Anyway, say the number. I just want to hear you say that number.
Okay, 98.4%.
98, you're missing a digit. It's
98?
You're missing a digit. There's 3 digits before the decimal point.
Yeah, sorry, yes, 1908.
1908 would be 1908. It's not 1908. It's
Okay. It's 19800.
no.
No. It's
Listen.
1900.
It's not 19 because you don't have 4 digits. Only if you have 4 digits.
It's 198.4%.
Point. Excellent. That's it.
Okay, so I'm going to remember with that. You know?
If you
okay.
if you have 3 digits, 100.
Okay.
If you have 4 digits, you divide it into 2 parts. 90.
Okay. Thank you.
Right? Okay, 198.4%. Did anyone pick that up? What was that referring to?
The growth
Good.
by the new advertisement.
Growth of what exactly?
Growth of new clients.
No, not the new
No.
clients. It was growth in the spending.
Actually.
Growth in advertising spending on blogs and podcasts.
No revenues.
No. It was
So,
what they're
a kind of invest on advertisement, no?
Yeah. In other words, advertisement on blogs and podcasts, which were new at the time, increased by almost 200%. So it went through the roof. It spiked. Before that, advertising was probably on television, or maybe it was spent on magazines.
They are talking about in general, no? In companies.
I think so. Yeah, we can take a quick look.
In insurance companies or in general.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at where Yari in the bottom. Yari says, "What's that in terms of growth?" Right? See where she says that?
Mm-hmm.
So if you read Carolyn's line before, you read it. Carolyn's line.
A recent study.
Mm-hmm.
Advertisement investment via this media just in the last year.
So it's the investment of, in general, I guess.
It's in general, yes.
All right. Let's go back. Daniel, can you say the figure in number 3 for us?
81.4%.
There you go. And it refers to?
Mhm.
If you're not sure, skip it. Don't worry. Because there was... Okay.
Skip. Skip.
Rebecca, can you say the figure number 4 for us?
No.
Can you say the figure for us?
Yes, 98.4%.
In number 4?
Oh, sorry, no. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Not number 2, number 4.
Yes, 300.4 million. No.
Million what?
Euro.
Dollars.
Yeah, $300.4 million. That's right. Did you catch what that referred to?
The money they are spending in the advertisement.
On advertisement for...
On advertisement.
Advertisement for what? You're right, but what kind of advertisement?
The media you are asking me. I don't know.
It was blogs. Projected. This was the... It was not that clear, but it was the projected investment or expenditure, not what they really spent, what they planned to spend in 4 years. But it wasn't that clear in the text, to be honest with you. But anyway, on blogs.
On blogs. Okay, thank you.
Daniel, can you say the figure at number 5 for us?
154.4%.
154.4. Right. And that referred to something a little different.
The same figure, but by a rate, by percent.
It's not the same figure though, because it's not about blogs. You're right. It's a rate now. It's a rate because you see percent. It's a rate, and it was for not blogs, but what was the other form of advertising they mentioned?
The growth in a year.
Yeah, but not of blogs, of the other kind. Remember the other kind of advertising?
On podcasts.
Podcasts. Right. That's it. So just to recap, number 1 was the age of the target market.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was growth in advertising spending on blogs and on podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like $20 million, but the growth rate was almost 200%, 198.4%. Number 3 was the portion spent on just blogs. 81.4% was just blogs. Number 4 was the projected amount on blogs over a 4-year period at the end. That part was really not very clear, actually, so I wouldn't expect you to get it. Number 5, the last one, was the annual growth rate of podcast advertising. So podcasts keep increasing by over 100%. There you go. Dogs.
Downstairs. I don't know how you can hear that. Come on.
Yeah.
I can hear. What I want you to do is, this was very, very long, but I want you to try to match up some of the key expressions, and then we're going to go and double check. I'm not going to read it again because it's way too long, but we can go back to the transcript. So make an educated guess. It's not easy. Make an educated guess as quickly as you can, then we'll go back and double check. And if you're right, I'll tell you right away that you're right, okay? So let's give it a try. Number 1, could you fill us? If you know the preposition, you'll get it right.
In, on.
Which is it, in or on?
It's together. I'm not sure what is the phrasal verb. Fill us or in.
Yeah, that's right.
And then on, followed by on.
I agree. So the answer below is letter
E.
Letter E. Okay. So,
yeah, the letter O. Okay.
That's right. So say the whole thing for us, Rebecca. Could you
fill us in on the I don't know.
Well, you were correct. You were right. In on is at letter E. It's there.
Yeah, in on.
Do you see letter E at the bottom of the page? Towards the bottom, letter E.
You had the answer below.
Where?
The second half of the page.
Ah, okay. Sorry. Oh, come on. In on,
Letter
the
E.
most relevant information from the seminar.
Exactly. So in on is correct, and you can see it there in letter E. That's it. That's it.
But what does this expression mean?
You tell me. What do you think it means? I'll tell you if you're right. Fill us in.
Relevant information.
Try to substitute it with another word. Could you do one?
It sounds metaphoric for me
Mm-hmm.
when you go to the church and say, fill us.
Like you're a car.
Yeah.
Plug us in and fill us
Fill
up.
us with the word of God.
Oh my God.
What?
So what's the metaphor? Fill us means what?
Fill up the tank of your car.
Yeah. In this case, you're filling us up with information.
Give us.
Yeah, give us.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, why not? Could you give us the most relevant information? Could you fill us in?
Or
Send.
Fill our ears.
Send.
Well, it's not send. It's not going to be send because it's going to be something that someone tells you if you missed it. So the idea is that you don't know because you were not there. Someone tells you the missing information. When you tell someone the missing information, it's fill us in on. Fill us in on what we missed. Anyway, your answer was right. Number 1 is E. Number 2, apparently a recent... Daniel?
Apparently, a recent, I doubt, between I and J. Maybe a study sounds a human grace, could be, or survey total project expenditure. I don't know.
Well, you're right about one thing. A recent survey and a recent study. Both of them could fit. I know the answer.
But in the test,
in the text,
a recent study. Okay.
You're right. It was a recent study. So number 2 is I. A recent study shows a huge increase in advertising investment, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's it. Back to Rebecca for 3.
What's that?
This was an expression. It was an expression to get some more information or to clarify some information.
Ah.
Okay. Maybe a study shows a huge increase in advertisement.
For that was Daniel's answer for number 2, and he's right. So number 2 is I, but number 3.
What's that?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of growth.
Perfect. That is correct. That is correct. Number 3 is A. You're right. What's that in terms of growth? In other words, what does that signify? What does it mean?
What does it mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. What's that in terms of growth? Number 4, Simon claimed, Daniel.
Claim, okay. That last year, blog advertising accounted for. Could be.
I agree.
Yeah.
Simon claimed that last year blog advertising accounted for 184.4%. That's it.
Which letter? Sorry, which letter?
That is G. 4 is G.
Okay.
Simon claimed that last year, so we can claim that. That's the connector, not the connector, but that's the connection. Claim that. It's possible to claim that. Number 5. Say that word for me. Good. Roughly. Good.
Roughly.
This is an expression that means approximately.
Yeah. I know the meaning of roughly is.
So roughly what?
Are the figures? No.
No.
No. I'm looking for some numbers, because that makes
No,
sense.
don't look for numbers because the
No.
expression has two words. Roughly doing what?
Okay. Roughly. Between would be roughly. Is the original media would be home or the platform? B.
Nope.
No, okay. Roughly speaking.
Wait. Did
Yes.
you say B or C?
B.
B doesn't work because roughly in
Yeah, but it's C.
C. Correct. Roughly speaking.
Roughly speaking, yeah.
Means approximately, right? So roughly speaking, by 2010 it'll be 39.7%. Okay, that's it. 6. So how should we, Daniel?
So how should we interpret this drop?
Perfect.
D.
How should we interpret? It means what should we think? Okay, 7.
Can we look at? That is, and then can we look at the figures?
Excellent. So far, so good. Daniel, 8.
According to a recent survey, total
There you go.
project expenditure.
It's got to be. Okay. So we had 2 recents, and survey and study were the only choices. In this case, you're right. It's a recent survey, J. Okay, number 9.
So the bottom line. So the bottom line is for technology.
The bottom line is for technology. Does that make sense? The bottom line means...
Interpret these drops. Yeah. Interpret this drop.
Oh, we used that already. D was number 6.
Okay.
The bottom line means the conclusion. How this is what we should conclude. The bottom line.
To summarize,
Well, not to summarize. It means to conclude, to find something new.
Okay. So the bottom line, a study shows a huge increase in the advertisement. This one?
We already used it.
Okay, yeah.
Number 2 was I, so we used
that last year blog advertisement. I don't know. Help me, please.
Help her out, Daniel. Do you know?
B. Is that user-generated media will be our new advertisement platform.
Right, because at the end of the meeting, the new at the end of the meeting, the colleague, I forgot the name, Renata, I think it was, after listening to Carolyn's report, says, "Oh, so what you're saying is we have to start using podcasts." Right, that's the conclusion. But she expresses it by saying, "So, the bottom line is that user-generated media will be." In other words, the bottom line is we have to switch to podcasting. Right? I hope that's clear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Everyone is quiet. It makes me nervous. All right, one last one.
The overriding trend is for technology, car, and media brands to use this.
The overriding
trend.
Okay, and let me just put all of these in the chat window for you. 9 B and 10 is F. There you go. So just to summarize, well, I've got the answers there if you want to check back later, but you got them right. So what I want to do, since you got them right, is just use them. First, there's the same phrases that you just did. What I want to know is which are for factual information, which are for asking about the information, which is for reporting, which are for summarizing. So 3 categories: asking about, reporting, summarizing.
Okay.
For example, could you fill us in on the most relevant information? Well,
Asking for.
yeah. So that's asking about factual or numerical information. So number 1 is A. Number 2 is not A. Apparently, a recent study shows a huge increase. Okay, that's not asking about anything, but what is that?
It's a reporting.
Exactly. So the idea here is when you categorize this, you put this in your memory in a way that you can use it easier later on. In other words, what choices do I have when I want to report something? Well, I can say apparently, right? In other words, I'm guessing or I'm speculating about what the report means, what the figures mean. Apparently, a recent study shows. Apparently, the report shows. Apparently, the report indicates. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so keep going. Tell me the rest.
What's that internal growth is A.
I agree. I agree.
Four is a summarize, see?
Why?
Because he said that. So it's like he said last year. No, it's a reporting. Okay, B.
Yeah.
He's telling us something.
Yeah, claimed here is basically he's not summarizing his words. He's claimed is like to report. So it's B. It's B. Okay?
5. Roughly speaking, by 2010, it would only be 39.7% reporting.
Reporting as well. Yep. So 5 is B. Okay.
Okay. So how should we interpret asking? 6. Asking.
6 is asking. 8. Correct. Again. Very good.
Can we look at these figures? Asking. A.
Can we look at these figures? Is 7 and it is A, and that is correct.
According to a recent survey, it's a reporting. B.
B. Excellent.
So the bottom line is that user-generated media will be our new advertising platform. C. Summarizing.
Right. Bottom line is a way to say to conclude. Right. Okay. And last one.
And then the overending is a reporting.
It is reporting. No.
No? I don't know the meaning of overending. What is overending?
Overriding. Overriding. That means the major trend. The overriding. The big trend. The major trend. The overriding trend.
Trend topic.
Trend. Is that clear? Trend?
Yeah.
Rebecca?
No.
Trend.
Tendencia.
Trend. Tendencia.
Okay. Tendencia. Okay.
Overriding. Major. Tendencia grande.
Yeah, tendency. So
the big trend, the big tendency. So the overriding trend is for technology, car and media brands to use this. That was a summary because that was the person. I don't remember who said it, but that was the person saying, "Oh, this is what it means. It means that the override." In fact, let's just take a quick look. Hang on a second. Look, Carolyn's last line. Oh, can you give us the lowdown on which companies use this? The overriding trend is for technology car media brands to use podcasting.
The overriding trend, okay.
Right? So she is summarizing the main point, basically. It's not as clear as the other ones, but anyway, I would categorize it under C. She's giving you the bottom line, the main points. These companies use it, so we all have to use it. It's the next thing. Okay, we've got a little bit of time, so what you are going to do is have a little. Let's see if we can do this in a similar way. You've got to use some of those key expressions you learned. I'll try to help you out with it. You and your colleague, that's Rebecca and Daniel, you and your colleague have been researching the popularity of blog advertising and have collected some data. Let's see if your data is below. Your data, Daniel, is on slide 11. Rebecca, your data is on slide 12.
My what? Sorry, can you say again that word? My data.
Your data, yeah. Data. Data, D-A-T-A. Your information.
Okay.
Data. So yours is on slide 12, and Daniel, yours is on slide 11. And I'm not going to put them on screen. So in your home computer, Daniel, you go to slide 11. Rebecca, you go to slide 12. What you need to do is have a little meeting like the one you just heard. You and your colleague have been researching the popularity of blog advertising, and have collected some information. You need to report your information to your colleague, and you need to request the missing information. Is that clear? You know what you got to do?
Okay, but
right. So what page are you going to be on, Rebecca? What slide are you going to be on?
12.
Right. Daniel?
But where is 12?
11.
You're 11. Where's 12? It's in your computer because you opened this on your computer, right?
Okay.
Do you need the link?
No, I'm looking for the 12.
Okay.
Well,
Tell me when you're ready. And then what you're going to do is, as you're doing that, I'm going to go back here.
12.
I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to put some of the key expressions that you heard on the board. Okay? So I'm going to leave it on slide 4, and I want you to practice using some of those key expressions. They're exactly what we just learned, but I'm going to put these on the board for you to look at, because the first time you do it, it's probably going to be hard to remember. All right, so I'm going to help you out a little bit. Okay? So, are you ready to start our meeting?
Go ahead, yeah. For sure.
Rebecca, are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you for coming to today's meeting about blog advertisement. As you know, I've sent some of you out to do a bit of research, and what we'd like to do is to compare our findings. So I'd like you both to report back on your findings, and then just let us know if there's any information that we can cross-reference. If there's anything missing, we can clarify it, okay? So, Daniel, I think you were the first up. Tell us a bit about what you found about blog advertisement. Anything new about prices, about growth rates, that kind of thing?
According to a recent survey,
right?
Just over 4,500 people are being surveyed.
4,500 does not exist. It's better. It's better to say
4,500.
Remember, four digits. Okay. You break them into two. 4,500.
Okay. According to a recent survey, over 4,500 people. Apparently, 80%
Mm-hmm.
read this blog, and 57% read read this book weekly and about technology topics.
Mm-hmm. I didn't
Uh,
quite follow that, to be honest with you. Can you give us the short version? I didn't quite follow that. So, according to a recent survey, what's the bottom line? I didn't quite understand what happened with 4,500 people.
the bottom line, uh, the from the 4,500 people,
Mm-hmm.
80% of these people, uh,
18%? 80?
80, sorry, 80%
Ah, okay.
visit this blog. Okay, read this blog, and sub
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Tell us
we
more.
fill us
Fill us in.
fill us in. About 57% of from these people
Mm-hmm.
are reading weekly this blog, but they are interested in technology topics.
All right. And is there any information that you're missing that you need to know about? Because Rebecca's here, and I think she's got some things to present, but you can also ask her.
We can. Uh, I'm lost.
You're student A, right?
Yeah.
I'm just taking a look at your information. Where is it? 143. Okay, hang on just a second. I have to go to another page. 143. 1 second. Let me go there and take a better look so I can help you. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. 43, 43, 43, 44, 43. Got it. Okay. So let me see if I got this straight. Just over 45 people were surveyed. Just over 4,500 people were surveyed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's your problem, Daniel. Out of 4,500 people, 80% read blogs. That was the confusing part. Because you said they read blogs. Well, you know what? You can use the present too. It's okay. You can say read or read. It doesn't really matter in this case.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, it's out of 4,500. That means that not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So out of means from. It's another way to say from. So out of 4,500 people, 80% of those people, we can do the math and figure it out, read blogs. All right, that's important because we're researching whether or not blogs are a useful place to advertise. Now, is there anything that you need to know from Rebecca? Like the type of people? Daniel?
It's a mm,
Is there anything you need to know from Rebecca that you could ask
rough,
her?
roughly we're speaking about people interested in new technologies,
Mm-hmm.
because out of 57%
Right.
read weekly this section of the blog, from the blog.
They read the technology part, you mean?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, why don't you ask Rebecca for some of your missing information? And then Rebecca can also present some others. So what are you missing? Like, you're missing type of people, you're missing who reads the blog once a week, you're missing a lot of information there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So using the key expressions, I want you to ask Rebecca for some of that missing information.
Okay. Can you give us something about what type of people.
Try that again. Use the key expressions though, because
I don't know the
that's
meaning of the lowdown.
the lowdown.
The
The lowdown
lowdown.
is the gist, the main idea, the lowdown.
Okay. Can you give us the lowdown on type of people
Who do what? Who?
who read this blog?
Or maybe who read blogs in
Who
general.
read blogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the lowdown, Rebecca?
Well, apparently, as a recent study shows 51% approximately read blogs once a week.
Oh, but
Whereas,
that's not what he asked. Oh, wait, Rebecca. He asked, "Can you give me the lowdown on the type of people who read blogs, according to your research? What
okay,
kind of people?"
well, okay, according to the last survey, professional, global companies, different jobs, industries, segments are the type of people who usually read blogs.
Good. You got to be a little more clear, though, because I don't think Daniel understood. Did you understand that, Daniel?
More or less.
More or less. Look, here's how you can be clear. Professionals with an S.
Professionals.
Yeah, so that means people who are managers,
Yeah.
even executives.
Global companies.
That's easy, right?
Yeah.
Google, IBM, global companies. Now, this part is a little bit confusing. Different jobs, industries, segments.
Such as different jobs, such as industry, such as car factories.
Okay, yeah, you could give some examples. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I don't know what they mean by segments, to be honest with you. I have no idea what that means. But industries, you can give examples. All right? So to sum up, the lowdown is it's professionals, it's people who work in global companies. A lot of blog readers are professionals, globalized company people, so international companies. And really, after that, it's different people in different jobs from different industries make up the rest. So probably professionals are, looking at that, I would guess that professionals are more, make up more, but I'm not exactly sure. But that gives you a general idea of the lowdown. All right? Rebecca, I'd like you to present some information as well, and then ask Daniel for some missing information. Okay? So using the key expressions for reporting, can you give us something we didn't know from your research?
Sorry, John, but I can't do it now. I need to go. Sorry.
Bye.
If you can do my
Bye-bye.
part. Sorry. Thank you
Bye-bye.
for today. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so we got to stop. It's after the hour. I just wanted
Okay.
to finish that little part, but that's okay. We can finish tomorrow. So, you've got some good key expressions. Let's continue with this tomorrow, and maybe we can use them in a slightly different way. We're also going to be talking about how to talk about news. What you learn from a report is going to be news at work. So we're going to work on that as well. So 2 skills tomorrow. If anyone shows up, because no one's here anymore. What's happening, Daniel?
I don't know,
I don't
Mr.
know.
Mr. Eric.
You've got to do some research and report back tomorrow to find out what's happening with our users. Okay?
Maybe you should offer a free coffee or a donut.
How can I give it to them? I have to email it to them. I don't know. Tomorrow I do the class naked. Okay, everyone?
No. Please. You'll injure my eyes.
Maybe that's why they're not here today. That's what they thought was going to happen.
I have nightmares.
Well, I'll think of something for tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
Okay. See you soon, Daniel. Bye for now. Bye-bye.
Thank you.